Cyber traders, welcome on back here this Tuesday, March 28th, post Traders Talk edition here as always of our afternoon meeting. Great to see Franny still with us here inside our live trading room. Got Kathleen, Elizabeth here, the ladies all together joining us here. Great to see that. Great to see Jeff though alongside, and all of us otherwise. Just I believe they could all hear me loud and clear there. I believe everyone could hear me good to go across the social streams here on YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, LinkedIn, the works. Now with that, folks, they got to be quick. Normally, I'd say so because we have class coming up ahead, but even furthermore, because I'm teaching it coming up at 3:05 Eastern Time, the Phase 3 stock course. I'll be trading with you folks going into the market close, where normally you'd see Fausto do it. He was doing the morning class, and he'll be back for the morning class come tomorrow, lesson 3 technically, but tagging in today, this afternoon, as well as tomorrow afternoon. So I look forward to that. So with that, let's hop right to it here. VKTX. Hey, this has been a gigantic tease across the afternoon for us. Not just off 15 here, but even off at 1450 earlier. It made the breakout higher after we concluded Traders Talk, so that was pretty well timed. But from there, though, even off 15, you'd expect a bigger move off 15 eventually, and maybe we'll get that sooner than later. I mean, hopefully after this last pop over 15, it's been doing a good job holding over it. But, I just put this little line on my chart here for right now. It's just more of a chart level. I don't know why, don't know how. There's no real iceberg order there based off level 3 or level 4. But, it's just to say 1519-ish, 1520-ish right there. That's got to be a key level to work off of heading into the close, just given how strong it's been thus far. So we got to show it that respect. And yeah, definitely for right now, I'll put this on our main watch list going into the close because, hey, if this fails to break out and run up higher off that 1519, 1520-ish, if it breaks back under $15, then that actually sets up as a potential short opportunity into the close with up as much as it is already, 65+%. For my personal sake, I hope that doesn't happen. I mean, I'd be able to short it either way, but we'll cover this trade basically coming up in class. Let's just put it that way. So let's hope for a higher high here. But otherwise, let's go from top to bottom. Otherwise, we'll see what else we could put on our watch list. I'm not in any other trades right now. I love days like today as well because, hey, the market dropping off, sinking lower, trending downward pretty nicely goes to show that we obviously can make money on the way up for, stocks that are moving off their own news on their own accord. BMEA, I did not catch. I was looking for the bigger pullback after the open. I thought it was going to drop off closer to 21, ended up just kind of holding around 23-ish, 2250-ish, and ran up pretty nicely. But, hey, the stock is near all-time highs. For that reason, I'd be more inclined to follow it. It's just got a huge spread. 2 cents here, but 15 cents there, right? It's like 1 step forward, 8 steps back. So, hey, ended up making a nice pop from earlier, but I think more for the illiquidity than anything. Let's see if there's anything looking better. I'll put it on the side list than anything, though. If it breaks the highs here, there's no historical level from past history to work off of. So in that regard, it could be a pretty good trade. Oscar from earlier today. We talked about this a lot in our Traders Talk workshop, which we concluded earlier. So, again, for all of us in social media, that actually is up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/cybertradingu. It's just the most previously recorded video that's posted there. But we did that live. That was on our YouTube channel live earlier today. So, we'll tend to do that a couple times across the calendar year. It's normally exclusively hosted inside our live trading room. We covered the Oscar trade, though, a couple of different chart levels that this stock, seemingly just ran over. I mean, this made a much better move compared to what I thought it was going to do. Ultimately, here it failed to make the test of 7. There was an iceberg on the S sitting there, and basically where we caught this in Traders Talk was, the more and more a stock goes up, you gotta expect the first major test of resistance. You should expect for that to hold. If it pops above it, look for it to drop back below it. So it didn't even get there. It hit a high of like 689, then pulled back. So yeah, I mean, right now the stock's definitely dead flat for right now. PYXS, I guess, still in play. Kind of looking like the VKTX in terms of being like a giant pain in the ass. Off 15 here from earlier, you would have expected a higher high by like 1 o'clock, by 1:30, by 2 o'clock, by, well. So, with PYXS here, Same to be said. It's just been really cleanly holding under like the highs, 419, 417, where perhaps you would have expected a break over $4, where that could have led to the higher high, the better move up at that point, the new run, and just giving you a really tough time there, right? So hey, I'll put this on our main list too. Similar to VKTX, why not? It's actually shortable, easy to borrow on my platform. It already broke back under 4, so kind of late to that possibility as a short trade there. But in both directions, it could be a good trade if it sinks lower, maybe, or if it ends up re-breaking back over 4, then the long could be back on. So MGOL. I feel like we've traded the stock in the past. Is this like an Argentinian stock? I think maybe a number of years ago we traded this, maybe. Either way, ended up making a nice little pop earlier this morning. Just it's been flat since, but been grinding back on up towards resistance here. It's not terribly off from the highs, off 151. You have an 11, 12,000 share order on the ask at 145. I see from the matrix. It has an iceberg to look at as a potential level ahead. You know what? I don't mind it here. MGOL looks good across the afternoon so far. It's up big. Maybe more eyeballs catch on to this trade going into 3 o'clock. SNOA, I'm not going to have much focus on here. I mean, might kind of look the same, kind of luring like the MGOL, but look at the way the pre-market was for the stock. Look how this moved in pre-market. If you were waiting for this stock to bounce around 810, 820, 830, 840, 850, 9 o'clock, just you're waiting a while. That's all I'm saying. You don't want to waste your time there. So let's see if there's anything looking even better. All right, all these teases, huh? I mean, this like, kind of looks all right, kind of doesn't. I mean, this obviously is at the highs of the day, definitely where you'd want to see a stock at this time. Pretty good looking daily chart too, seemingly just from the beginning of this year, really good swing. But nevertheless, though, I mean, like, is it going to continue? Is it going to get better? Is it going to get faster? I just don't think so. It's only trading 2,000 shares a minute. That means like I could trade this on 2,000 shares right now, and that is the average per minute of what the stock is trading across the whole day, or at least at this time. But we're not going to do that. For any calling out a spike on a stock we ended up trading the other day, GBNH. I think she had called that one out too, actually. We'll take a look at that actually coming up, Franny. Just one moment. Want to finish up the gainer side here first. At least skimming across it, seeing if there's anything. Yen Chinese ETF. It's actually near the highs, trying to make a small move up. Maybe a couple of Chinese stocks like XPEV, NEO, Billy. We'll check that out maybe at the end. ICCM, not much there. All right. So before we hop over to the loser side, let's go to that. Oh, what the heck is this? Yeah, it's number 2 on the watch list right now for any GBNH right there, right? Didn't need to go far. I was going to type it on the platform here, but here you go, number 2. Wow, look at that. Woof. Now, I think that Franny herself ended up calling this out actually earlier. If it wasn't this week, yesterday, then what was it, like last week at the end? It had to have been from Friday last week. So lose track of my days. But from the end of last week, we had called it out. I think Franny in particular then. And wow, good eyes. Really nice move up here. Obviously late to the run, but hopefully a lot more left, even if it pulls back and holds a higher low support. Really good call out. I like it. GBNH. Sweet. All right. We got AMC also. I failed to go over AMC from earlier. I saw Rich call that out, actually getting halted to the upside. I don't know if there was any news that came out on this, but obviously, as you could see now, definitely making a strong push back up. So, kind of a no-brainer. We'll add AMC alongside the GBNH. What do we got here? AMC shares trading higher after Charles Gasparino quote tweeted a report from the Intersect suggesting Jeff Bezos is weighing an acquisition of the theater chain. Ooh, a little buy the rumor, sell the news, maybe, right? And with the short interest, perhaps you can say, on AMC in particular, that definitely leads to a nice pump up, a nice squeeze. I'd be careful of the volume dying off after a peak, though, because that could be the beginning of the end of the short squeeze there. And then for it to really dump off. APE, popped same time. This is the AMC dividend stock. So, it's not moving nearly as well, but I don't mind slipping it kind of just back on the back end of our list for right now. Lee following up here in the chat board says not Bezos in particular, but Amazon rumor in general. So let me see. Yes, Lee is correct with that. So actually, to get the further headline from Benzinga, they update it. They say Charles Gasparino tweets, "From what I know, the sourcing is solid, but what is being overlooked is that Amazon appears to be interested in AMC as a distressed asset, not something to buy at a premium to share price." That's just the full tweet there. So, yeah, good to know. Either way, kind of buy the rumor, sell the news type deal, right? That doesn't mean we're going to follow Amazon heading into the close more than anything. I mean, you'd figure with the news coming out of a potential acquisition from Amazon, they're spending a lot of money, right? So that leads to a bit of a drop actually at the same time as AMC moves up. Amazon dropping off with the market at the same time, perhaps dragging the market down to a small manner in that regard. I'm sure that there's just overall market weakness, perhaps with that included. But either way, AMC we're going to put on our list. Ape the dividend. I'll kind of tag on there in hopes of a pop back up over 150 here, but AMC itself is the one that you want to follow. All right. Let's hop over to the losers list. A couple of good ones there. I like that, right? From Franny, then kind of running into the AMC trade there. What else we got here from the loser side right now? iHeart. Is this iHeart Radio or iHeart Media? Stocks breaking all-time lows, seemingly. Yep. Looks like it at least. Breaking all-time lows. iHeart. So the stock actually is shortable. If you're looking for like a stock to train yourself on as a potential short, this could be it. I mean, it seemingly has dropped off earlier so far this afternoon, but could be plenty more to go. No real historical floor to work off of there. So, it doesn't hurt us to put this on our list. See if there's any big support iceberg at 350 maybe. Oh, it's a firm doing down over 8%, near 9% actually from before. The stock also right at or near all-time lows. Getting close. Looks like 880 all-time low back from beginning of the year back in January. And, got pretty close today, pulled back as low as like 915 or 911 actually it shows. But, hey, good trade on a firm as far as a short. And maybe if this is a lower high, perhaps there could be one leg left on the way down. So again, another stock doesn't hurt us to put this on our main list. Definitely tradable by all measures. DRS, I should say. I feel like there are points of like inactivity here, just where it stalls out, stalls out, stalls out. So I kind of like the other two a little bit more in terms of the chart. Boyle ETF on the way down. That means that Cold, I think, is on the way up, if I'm not mistaken. So, nice trade on the swing side of things for Cold, definitely. It was getting close to all-time highs. No. No, definitely not. And I know these are not real numbers because they've been inflated based off reverse splits in the past, but yeah, this could be still on the way up towards a level here coming up. Either way, folks, let me know if there's anything else that looks good on the way up, on the way down, mainly as a day trade. Any day trades out that you'd want me to look at. Type it in the chat board. Definitely let me know now. I look forward to seeing most of us in class. Lita, Grant, Phil, Jeff, and any one of us that have access to the Phase 3 class. Be your host of honor here coming up. So I look forward to that. Pulling the trigger, going into the close. Probably on the VKTX, and alongside that, a couple others that are on our list. I'm definitely interested in that AMC trade. But last call, though. Let me know if there's anything else looking good, though. Either way. Richard saying Amazon Baba. My apologies there, Richard. Just checking the chat right now on Facebook, actually. So let me get to this here. So Baba, I'll look at. We kind of showed it briefly a moment ago. I didn't really cover it as much, but this was a great trade from the pre-market. Then, of course, after the open, led to a really sharp bounce, eventually off of the 93 level, 92.50. Hey, for right now, I feel like a lot of this run's already over with. If you can get a stronger bounce overall within the market, maybe perhaps just within the China sector altogether, just like yin ETF, if you happen to see more strength here, then I'd be led to believe there's a better probability, of Baba returning back up towards the highs. But otherwise, though, I'd still expect 100 to be a major psychological level there, Richard, on that from Facebook. All right, so I think that's going to do it here, folks. I don't see much else that we haven't looked at yet. The PYXS getting a pop right now, I think. How about that? Back up to 4. That's already on our list. And now at this point, hey, if it could re-break above 4 one more time, then perhaps there's a better chance for that higher high. So already on our list, looking pretty good. I like what else we got on our list otherwise here, folks. So I'm going to stick with what we got. For all of us inside the live trading room that doesn't have access to the class coming up ahead, best of luck going into the close. Rich will be on the mic coming up in about 15 or so minutes. For all of us on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, the works, please just if there's any questions, feel free to shoot me a quick email. Again, we conducted our live Traders Talk workshop on social media, on YouTube, that is, earlier today. So if you wanted to go watch that recording, then just go right to youtube.com/cyber trading you. Any questions that you got, though, from that workshop, any follow-ups, feel free to shoot me a quick email, josh@ctutrading.com. Otherwise, though, we look forward to having you inside our live trading room soon. So for all of us there live, just best of luck trading, and I look forward to seeing most of us in class. Take care.